Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know I'm wearing the exact same outfit I did on the outro of my previous video because I just wanted to get this video started. We only have a few days left until Halloween, and today is Friday and Halloween is on Thursday. So we don't have much time to complete this spooky season vlog session. So I thought we'd just jump straight in and get started, and I'll show you what we'll be reading for the remainder of spooky season. So firstly, I did have a lot of books left on my list. I kind of just went through Goodreads reviews and tried to find things that were creepy or described as like unsettling. So these are the books that I chose for our final video, hoping I will get a little bit creeped out. There's only, I think, 1 or 2 books in this 5 weeks that we've been doing, or 5 vlogs that we've been doing this in. I want to be creeped out. It's Halloween, but I guess I'm not choosing the correct books. To start off with, we're going to start with, or I already did kind of start, The Deception of Harriet Fleet, and this is by Helen Scarlett. I think this is a debut novel as well, if I'm not mistaken. It's described as being like gothic and eerie and creepy, so I'm very excited to read this. We have our main female character, Harriet, and she's kind of escaped her town. We don't know why yet. Stole some money, changed her identity, and now she's working as a governess for, I think their name is the Wainwoods, something like that, the Wainwoods, and she's teaching a girl named Eleanor who's apparently quite disturbed. She's very rude, like we've just been introduced to her, and she's very snippy, very rude, very entitled, but there's something dark about her. But Harriet herself is hiding something dark too. So she's gone to like this manor that looks almost like a castle, and it's super creepy, and her room is in the attic, but everybody else in the servants' quarters is in a completely different location, and they all share rooms because they prefer to do so, but she's up there alone. So it's already giving creepy gothic vibes, and I'm really excited to continue it. It is a period book, and I don't normally like anything historical fiction wise, but I'm hoping because of the gothic creepy elements that I'll get thrown straight in. I'm currently on page 38, chapter 4. It took me about an hour to get there because I'm still adjusting to the writing style. It is written in more of the classic English Victorian writing, so I'm grasping that because I even struggle to read Shakespeare. Like it just doesn't latch into my brain. That was a stutter and a half. I'm very excited to get this started. Even the cover alone looks really, really creepy. I'm very excited, and I just literally glanced at the back and the word ghost popped out, but it's ghosts from her past, so I don't know if it's actually like apparitions. Very excited, and that will be our first book. Then the second book I chose physical wise is Sleep Tight, and this is by C.S. Green. This is more of like a detective drama where people get kidnapped or killed or something in their sleep. So I read that it's a really good suspenseful novel, so I'm very excited to try this out as well. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure what it's about, but it is like a detective slash like James Patterson type writing, so I'm very excited for that. It is only little, so I'm hoping we can make it through quite quickly. And then the last book we'll be reading is The Redwood Asylum by L.A. Detwiller, and it says it is a paranormal horror. So very excited for this too. I'm going to keep this for last because that will be the night before Halloween, so I'll probably stay up late and just try and get through this. But yeah, that's what we have planned for the final vlog. Thank you so much for all of you who walked through this journey with me. I'm sorry if it was disappointing because I didn't read as many scary books as I thought I would. I kind of just went off like reviews on Goodreads and author's notes and blurbs, so yeah, my judgment wasn't completely correct. So anyway, I will go off and start reading. It is Friday, like I said, so I usually don't check in during the weekend, but if I make it more than 50%, I probably will, but otherwise we'll check in on Monday. Everyone, so today's Sunday, and I know I usually don't check in on the weekends, and that's why I'm speaking with a low voice because my whole household is around, but I've made it quite a way into The Deception of Harriet Fleet, and I'm on page 147, chapter 14, and I'm not loving it. It's really slow and it's just going into way too much detail for me. Nothing's really happened. They've explained a murder that occurred in this manner and how the family are dealing with it. They have a daughter, her name's Eleanor, and she's like a little bit loopy, but it's due to this murder, and because it was one of her siblings that was murdered, her parents don't care for her like they should. She's on like 24-hour surveillance. Everybody's spying on her and she's spiraling, and Harriet is new as her governess and she just won't let her in. She just doesn't trust people and she's a little bit crazy, like a bit of a psycho, but that's all that's really happened. There's nothing really interesting. There's a mystery, but we're so far in and nothing's really being said. So yeah, I'm not loving it, but I'm just trotting along, and yeah, I'll probably speak to you guys when I finish the book. Hopefully I can finish it by tomorrow, but I will let you guys know. Hi everybody, hope everybody had a good weekend. This is only going up on Thursday, but today is Monday, so I just wanted to check in. I know I said I wouldn't check in over the weekend, but I did a little check-in yesterday just because I just thought it was appropriate. I know the sound quality wasn't probably great, but I just wanted to check in with you guys. So I finished The Deception of Harriet Fleet this morning. Let's start with how I felt about the book. So it was very atmospheric. It was very, very, very well written. Her writing was very beautiful, very descriptive, very atmospheric, very, like, the imagery it created was great, and it gave you like this eerie feeling going through the story. However, I was bamboozled once again by the cover as well as the summary. It was more of like a murder mystery, put it that way. It's more of a murder mystery. So someone's murdered and everybody's hiding secrets, and Harriet has her own secrets, comes to join the family as their governess to their 18-year-old daughter, who's not so great in the head, but she's obsessed with the murder of her baby brother. So slowly she starts manipulating Harriet into doing things for her. So Harriet just wants to not think about the bad past that she's just had and is trying to focus on something else. So she ends up focusing on this murder. They pull the wool over her eyes and everything just goes wrong. It was a murder mystery in a eerie gothic manner, but it wasn't scary. It wasn't even creepy. Like I said, enjoy the writing. It went fairly quickly. The times where I was reading, I was very curious and wanted to keep reading. Not the best book for this vlog, I don't think. This is more of like a cozy mystery rather than a scary movie type of what I wanted. Scary movie, scary book, which is what I wanted. I've landed on a 3-star rating for this. Not terrible. Really glad I read it. Like I said, beautiful writing, very atmospheric, but not what I was looking for. And due to that, I think it just threw me off a little bit, but still a really good book. Really loved it. Next, we're going to start Sleep Tight. Oh, that swung over. I haven't started it yet. I just popped my bookmark in there, but I haven't started it yet. It looks kind of small. I think it's got like just over 300 pages. Yeah, 308. So it looks like it might go fast. And look at this chapter. That's a full chapter. That seems great. The font is really tiny as well, so it better have short chapters. But I'm looking forward to this. This is also a psychological thriller. I did see it on the first page over there, the author's note. It says that it is a psychological thriller, so I'm very excited about this. I do know it is kind of about a serial killer and a detective trying to hunt him down, and they warn people to like lock their doors because he attacks them in their sleep or something like that. So really looking forward to this. I'm really glad this is the last video of our month of reading thriller / spooky books because I'm really over it. I am in the mood for a fantasy and I can't wait to get this over with. I never thought I'd say that because I am a thriller girl through and through, but I'm over it, and I thought I would be more spooked, more scary, more scared, but I'm not. So yeah, I don't know if this month we could call it a fail. I did read more books than I normally would, and I read a range of books. So I am happy that I've done that, but at the same time, I'm really getting impatient and just want to finish this. So yeah, I do have a bit of editing and stuff to do today, so I'm going to do that. I need to go for a walk if it doesn't rain. I have some crochet to do, so I have quite a few things to do, but I'm hoping to at least get halfway with this book today, and then I will let you guys know tomorrow how I feel.
Enormous, instantaneous.
friends. So I just did a little short and put on some makeup, so I thought I'd do a quick check-in. So I've made it just over halfway through Sleep Tight by C.S. Green. It's creepy. It's creepy for sure. I read a part last night that actually made me a little bit scared to turn off the light. So it's basically about sleep demons or the hag or sleep paralysis or what else do they call it, like parasomnia, that's the word. It's kind of paranormal but yet in real life. So I think the guy that is attacking people in their sleep, well, this is my theory because some of it is on the back, so is both real and not. I don't know if it involves astral projection or if he's actually a real person. So it's a little bit conflicting at the moment. The book is moving really, 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 really slow, and I just needed to pick up now. We've only had 2 occurrences happen. It's not enough for 158 pages that I've read. So I just feel like it's a bit slow and it's kind of losing steam by being that slow. I thought by now we should have at least had like a slight plot twist already leading to the ultimate twist, but so far I'm kind of bored. It is also written in like really slang London English, so a lot of the words I don't really understand, and in the context of things it doesn't make much sense, so I'm having to go back and reread sentences just to get the context in a paragraph. So that's also throwing me off a bit, and I hate books written like that. Even in America, when they use too much slang and references that I don't understand, it just throws me off a little bit. So not loving it, but it is creepy and I am excited to figure out what happened. I have theories, like I said. I have that one theory, but also another, which I probably shouldn't say because it will be a spoiler. But we do have 2 detectives working on the case, Rose Griffith and her partner, something Mackie, and she is a clairvoyant, so she can see spirits. Like her mom passed a few years ago and she keeps seeing her in her house. So I think that she's a clairvoyant, but she doesn't want to be because her mom used to be like a fortune teller and a spiritual person who would do readings for people, but she knew her mom was a fraud because she could actually see them. But she's really embarrassed of that past for some weird reason because she thinks everybody's gonna hate her when they find out. But I think she's perfect on the police force having that ability. But anyway, that's just me spitballing here. When I first came on camera, I wasn't sure what I was gonna say because I didn't have many thoughts, because this morning while I was reading, I had like 50 pages to get to halfway and I just had no thoughts and I couldn't wait to just finish. It was one of those that you just can't wait to finish. But yeah, we'll see how we go. I'm gonna try and finish this either today or tomorrow, but tomorrow we definitely need to start reading our next book so we can outro this video on Thursday morning because Thursday is Halloween, so I'm hoping that I can promptly upload this video. But anyway, yeah, that's all I have to say for now. I'm gonna go about my day and I will let you know when I get further, or probably tomorrow when I finish. Hi friends! So, finally finished this. It feels like it was like a 600-page book. Meanwhile, it was 308 pages, the shortest book I've probably had in a really long time. But it took me ages to read and it just went on forever. It felt like it just was never ever getting anywhere. And I feel like the pacing was so off in this book. It threw me off a lot. I say that quite often. It just means that it throws me out the story, or I kind of just get distracted. I didn't want to pick up this book and read it. I just wanted to do a whole bunch of other things other than read, to be honest with you. The elements where things were supernatural and getting interesting, I was interested, but those were very fleeting, and ultimately it wasn't the best book. But I did, however, enjoy the ending. It was like a supernatural type of ending and it went in the direction I was hoping it would. I wasn't sure, but I was hoping. I'm glad we finished it. It is off my TBR. On Goodreads, I think it only has like 300 reviews, or even 100 maybe, somewhere up between 100 and 300 reviews. So not a lot of people have read these, and a lot of the books on our sales racks in South Africa are like that. They're mostly like unknown authors who don't sell very well. So I can imagine that's why this book was there, because it was only 69 Rand, which is really, really affordable. I think you can't even buy something from Essence with 69 Rand. But anyway, I'm glad I read it. I'm landing on a 3-star for this. I was thinking like a 2.5, but then the parts that I enjoyed, I really did enjoy. So this doesn't go in with the books that I wouldn't recommend. I would recommend if you like a detective mystery supernatural book, that is good, but the pacing was off for me, like I said. And I compared it to like Harriet Fleet, and the feelings I felt was the deception of Harriet Fleet. The feelings I had with both books were pretty much the same. I just couldn't wait to finish the book. So I'm glad it's off my TBR though. It's been sitting there since May this year, so I'm really happy I finally get to take this off and move on to bigger and better things, hopefully. That's all I have to say about this one. I've already told you what it was about, my assumptions. I was wrong. The plot twist wasn't what I thought it was going to be. They got me there. I was surprised, but when I did know, like it was maybe in the last 50 pages, they kind of dropped this big bombshell on us. And when I did kind of figure it out, it was true. And that's when it got like a little bit like, okay. And then the ending, I didn't expect either, the route it took. Last book we're going to read is The Redwood Asylum by L.A. Detwiller. I can never pronounce that. And this is a paranormal horror. It's only like 200 and something pages, so I'm really excited. What am I doing? It's a 223 pages. It says a typical time is like 2 hours and 53 minutes. I'm a slow reader, so definitely not for me, but I am definitely excited to see what this is about. It's obviously about a haunted asylum. I saw the first chapter kind of goes back to like the 1970s, so we'll see where that takes us. Good morning, everyone. So I literally woke up like 10 minutes ago and just made my cup of coffee, but I thought I'd just check in on my progress because this video is meant to go up tonight, so I thought I'd just quickly check in before I finish the book. I am currently on page 127, chapter 22. I was thoroughly freaked out last night. Oh my god. So I went to the toilet after everybody had gone to bed and the whole house was obviously dark, so we turned on like a passage light in order to go to the bathroom, just because there's an extractor fan and it is quite loud. So in order not to disturb anybody's sleep, we usually just turn on the passage light to use the toilet. But everywhere was like super dark, and what I was reading in this book freaked me out. So it's about our main, can't remember what her name is, Jessica. Our main female character, her name is Jessica. So she's moved from somewhere, I'm not sure, Mercy Hospital, which I'm assuming is in New York, to this little town called Oakwood maybe. And she's currently working at the Redwood Asylum, but the asylum, well, now it's called a psychiatric hospital, but it's still operating as an asylum in today's age. They still do electroshock therapy, and the patients there are all like kind of shunned away. So it's all not none of them, but a lot of them are not actually crazy. They all have not crazy, that's rude. They don't have mental issues, not all of them. Some of them are criminally insane, and then some of them are just shunned by their family, who, like, for example, is a loner and their parents are socialites, so they put them in there and they literally just are forgotten about. So they're treated really badly. So Jessica goes in and is treating this one guy, but she's on like the most violent floor, like the most violent of them, and she's treating this one guy who kind of latches onto her and gives her this story about how she needs to save everybody. The place is clearly haunted, and she's had a couple of instances where she's either seen or heard or felt something, and the other nurse, her head nurse, is very skeptical. So she's kind of figuring out as well that if staff misbehave, they end up in the asylum too. So she's come across one guy who says that he's worked there, and we just got a little bit of his backstory. The depiction of the ghost is quite horrific, and I guess that's why it's a paranormal horror, because it's very descriptive about like, yeah, their deaths and stuff. So I think that's the horror part. But other than that, like it's okay. I'm struggling to get through it just because I thought it would be a little bit more fast paced, being 220 pages. It's kind of dragging a little bit with a little bit too much fluff in it and way too much description. I am enjoying it so far. Obviously it's daytime now, so I'll probably fly through it and not be scared. So yeah, happy Halloween to everybody. Today is Halloween. I was thinking to dress up for the last bit of this, so we'll see. I'll do some makeup and stuff, but we'll have to wait and see about that. But yeah, I'll check in with you guys as soon as I finish the book. Hopefully it says it will take me 2 hours, so it is like almost 9 a.m. now, so hopefully I should be finished with this book in 2 hours, and then I will check in with you guys. Jump scare. Hi everyone. So I have like a little maid's costume on. I couldn't be asked to do like my arms as well. It's just too much work. But this is my little Halloween look. It is a zombie maid. I've done this costume before back in the past, but I don't think I did such a good job with the makeup. Look at my wounds. I really like that. I thought I would just do a little dress up. I'm actually dressed up for trick-or-treaters. I'm not going anywhere. If the trick-or-treaters come, I'd love to scare them. We finished the book. Finally. Oh my gosh. I'm really distracted with looking at myself right now. It's odd. I ended up giving this a 3-star. It wasn't the best written book, but it was scary, and the horror element of like the ghosts and stuff, it was eerie. It was very eerie, but it definitely, like I said, wasn't a well-written book. My eyelash is literally flying off. It just went on and on and on about things that I felt like weren't relevant. The main female character, Jessica, so indecisive. Like, she was wanting to do this, and then she was wanting to do that, and she wanted to report it, then she wanted to leave, and then she wanted to leave it alone, and it was just too much back and forth, and we needed more spooky stuff instead. I'm glad I read it, but I think I'm going to delete the other Kindle book that I also have. That is everything. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, but let's do a quick recap. We read The Deception of Harriet Fleet, which I gave a 3-star to, and then we read Sleep Tight, again a 3-star. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, happy Halloween, and I will see you all in a few days. Bye guys.